Stand by. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, begin.
Hello, my name's Erica LaFollette. Now, by a show of hands, how many of you have heard of the Rostafari movement? All right, a few more than I expected, to be honest. Well, this is what most people know in the U.S. about the Rastafari movement, if they know anything, is that most of its members have dreadlocks, smoke ganja or marijuana, whatever your name for it is, and that the movement is connected to reggae music. But there is so much more to it than that. The Rastafari movement is a religious and social movement that's influence has spread all over the world, even if we don't recognize it. For example, Stefan, your hairstyle was popularized and named by the Rastafari movement.
All right, put that on pause. Put that on pause. This is a great example. What did she just do?
Oh, that's Stefan.
What's that?
I asked his permission.
What did she just do?
She related her argument to the...
Were you expecting that, what she just did? No. Very effective. Very effective. She's connecting with the audience. Connecting with the audience. Continue.
All right. Barrett's book, The Rastafarians, covers the history of the birth of Rastafari. Pass that around. Okay. Well, it was born in Jamaica. I'm not sure how much you know about Jamaica, but its history is really, really bloody. The Native Americans who lived there originally were completely wiped out by the Spanish. Total genocide. Then they brought over Africans and enslaved them. This meant that the vast majority of the population in Jamaica were enslaved, and the oppression didn't end when slavery did. There was still a great amount of poverty and no job opportunities to really be heard of. This is when the Rastafari movement came to be. There were several people who saw a crowning of a king in Ethiopia named Haile Selassie I as fulfilling a prophecy in the Bible and something said by Marcus Garvey, a social activist. They believed that he was the Messiah come again, and this is when the religion started. I'd like to mention some of their religious beliefs right now. They believe in an ital or all-natural diet. This is similar to Jewish food restrictions. They also don't believe in cutting their hair from another passage in the Bible. And also they think it represents a lion's mane, and they call Haile Selassie the Lion of Judah. It's one of his titles. They also do smoke quite a bit of ganja, which they don't consider a drug because it's grown naturally. What I believe really drives the movement, though, is its social beliefs. This movement is really based around fighting injustices, especially those against race. They do this mainly through words, which they believe have power. This can be seen through their music, which they did start reggae, and Bob Marley is the most famous Rastafarian to date, and his songs are full of messages of change and fighting oppression. Now, since the Rastafari movement was formed, it's been met with violence and prejudice. In Jamaica in the beginning, it was very common for police to beat Rasta men and forcibly shave them just for being Rasta. This didn't change much when the movement started spreading out of Jamaica. In an article, Enchanting Down Babylon by Heppner, there's a quote from a report given to police officers in New York, which said that the Rastafari were dangerous, armed, and that they didn't fear death. It was pretty dramatic. But at the same time, Heppner was doing field work with Rastas in New York, and he saw only peaceful people and didn't know one Rasta with a gun, who even owned one. There were also a portrayal in the media of Rastas as drug dealers. Though they do often smoke marijuana and often grow it and sell it among each other, they've never played a large hand in the drug trade. They also are against all other forms of drugs, including alcohol. They don't consider it to fit in with their ital diet. My call to action isn't a dramatic one. The Rastafari movement is growing rapidly, and I expect we'll see it in our own community soon. I'd ask that you all show respect to this movement and any other religious or social movement that you don't know much about, at least until you learn more from a reliable source. I also think that marijuana should be legalized for Rastafarians to use in their religious practices, at least, so that a lot of innocent Rastas don't end up in jail just for practicing their religion.
Let's hear it.